After I got the insulation and sound deadening down. Now I got a 2x4 up here, which is going to be the top edge of a storage locker. That's going to be approximately this blue line front to rear. So that's going to be an enclosed storage locker about that high with top opening doors on it. That little section over there, that line out to where the scissors is going to be a permanent wall going all the way up to the ceiling. That's going to be my concession to my wall. Come out to about, that line there, or the end of the armrest. So I'm really sick of having stuff falling on my head when I'm out doing some of my delivery work. So that's going to be a solid wall, and that's going to be an open area behind the seat. Kind of a little storage cubby. Maybe I'll box it off. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm heading with all this, but another part of this is going to be pattern making 101. Now if I got to make that wall, I got to match that angle and get around that area, get it up to the ceiling, etc. So how do you make a pattern? Well, it takes a little time, but it's not really hard. Get yourself a big piece of cardboard and cut it just so it gets kind of close to fitting in that area there. And then get yourself some dividers. Now I didn't have any dividers, so I kind of put this little Rube Goldberg thing together as a divider. Got that? Just a couple of pencils with some wire ties. And between the points is the divider. Okay? So what you do is you put your cardboard up by the wall. Okay? And you put one pencil point on the wall, the other pencil point's on your cardboard, right? And you just trace down like this and get onto your cardboard. And it leaves your mark on the cardboard. Then, what you need to do is once you got that done, you need traced out, then you need to start cutting your cardboard. Okay? Now I spent maybe 20 minutes on this, and as you can see, if I come up here and put it up about where I need it, just to show you on this one, it fits right in there. Curve of the wall, up to the ceiling. Now this is only a little piece. Obviously I've got to attach it to a much larger piece. Okay. But that's easy enough to do. Sometimes working with smaller pieces is easy. Now I fashioned it on this particular rib here. Now what's funny is if I go up to where I want my wall, and this is something you need to do if you're making patterns, is make sure it fits everywhere. Now if you look at this, it doesn't fit so good up in that corner. I mean, that's funky, man. Same truck, same kind of place, but it don't fit, man. So American craftsmanship. Now if we go over and look at this one, that fits up in there pretty good. Okay, and we go back to this one, and it's way off. Amazing. Can't believe that it's the same van and only two of them are pretty close and one of them is way off. So because of how I'm going to do this, I've got to cut some pieces that are going to fit in here and here, and using this pattern I'm going to make these pieces. Then I'm going to trim it up a little bit so that it will better fit in this one, and I'm going to make my wall, and then I'm going to trim it up a little more considering this one's the biggest gap, and I'll be able to make a piece for back here. So that's it, guys, for now. Pattern Making 101, and what you need to think about as you're working on your project is how to make things fit, especially if you want to match an uneven curved surface, because there's no easy way of measuring this. I mean, if you were really going to measure it out, you would need a vertical marker about 18 inches out from the wall here, and then you would need to go with a level straight edge out like this to the marker about every inch and get a measurement from the marker to the outside edge. Now, you could do it that way, but that'd be really time consuming, and it's really hard to figure out what's vertical in a van that probably doesn't sit level to start with. I think it's much easier just to use some type of dividers and make yourself a pattern. Time consuming but necessary, because we're starting to get into the stuff now that people are going to see. That's why I didn't care about the floor going out to the wall, because you aren't going to see it. It's going to be enclosed. But now we get into the visual stuff. Now we got to be a whole lot closer, right? So there we are. Alright, we'll be back for more in the future. See ya.